Welcome to Edge Weapons, Transformers Earth Wars Tips. Today, we'll be talking about a war between my alliance, which is G1 Asylum, and another one of our family, which is G1 Reapers CE. So this is a civil war happening on April 29th, 2026. And I just want to talk about B1, the first base in the war. This is the squad that I used in order to raid the base. This is my air raid bomb squad, which is my fifth slot. I have BW Ironhide. I use him to breach barriers, breach walls, and then I use Optimus Prime to rush my squad into action and also keep them together on a front loaded base. And Overload, I obviously use his shield to protect. I use Air Raid to set the fusion bomb on a shield generator nest, which is very popular on front base loadouts. And I use Wing Saber in order to establish glass gas, in the area and make all of the defenses weaker and easier to destroy. And then the third, component of this combo is Autobot Jazz, who I use his satellite orbit strike. I use that to finish off and create a huge explosion with the entire shield generator nest. Next is Wheeljack. I used him to boost and to heal. And then we have Minerva, who I use her medical antenna to heal, the squad overall. And we have Megatronus Prime, who I usually send in after a good part of the base is gone and ability points have run out, so that he can soak up a lot of the damage from the defenses and from the outpost spots. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do with a base like this, I launch BW Ironhide to breach the wall, and in this case, make the wall kind of explode. And then I rush in with Optimus Prime. The entire squad follows. And then, as you can see, Overload Shield is activated. The first of the trio is Air Raid, then Wing Saber, and then Autobot Jazz. Now that time it exploded before Jazz's orbital strike hit, but it got the job done regardless of how big the explosion was. As you can see, I've laid some healing down with Minerva, and because of all of that pathing done, my squad is going directly to HQ, Optimus Prime leading the rush, and then Wheeljack to support and also Overload to guard from hacking and damage, then Megatronus Prime to soak. More boost and healing from Wheeljack there. Okay, for B2, I used my Cup Sack squad, which is Cup as my sack bot or my sacrificial bot, Nose Cone to charge into action, but also to breach walls. I use Tasmania Kid to stun outpost bots and also stun defenses. Overload I use to shield from hack and from damage. I use Rust Dust to help clear the bottom and clear defenses at the top of the base. And I use Skids to do the same thing with acid. So the fire and from Rust Dust and the acid from Skids, which works very well, by the way. Wheeljack to boost and to heal, and Minerva's medical antenna. And then we have Megatronus Prime to help soak up damage. Okay, so for a Cup Sack attack, what you want to do is first launch Cup. As you see, I've launched him at the bottom left corner, and I did 2 hops there, putting him in slow-mo to possibly try and pop the other 2 outposts in the bottom. But as you see, I couldn't reach the bottom, so that was a waste of ability points, but it's still okay. I managed to pull it off anyway. Launched the entire squad in the left bottom corner. Overload to shield from hack and damage. Clearing with Rust Dust. See how many buildings were cleared by Rust Dust and also Skids? I'm waiting to use Tasmania Kid, but he's being shocked. And see how my squad jets up north from all of that pathing? That's the idea with a base like this, is to try and get your squad to avoid unnecessary drama. So once I get up there, I stun defenses with Tasmania Kid. I heal with Wheeljack and Minerva. I do some more clearing of defenses with both Rust Dust and Skids. And at this point, I'm protecting myself, healing myself, and also stunning defenses and clearing defenses. Once you get to the top, after being able to path your way up there, you have tons of ability points to work with. And there you go. Okay, for B3, I used the same exact squad that I used for B2, which is the Cup Sack squad. Okay, another Cup Sack for B3. We're also gonna launch from the left bottom corner.
Abilities ready.
1 hop, 2 hops, and then Vector brings them back to the launch pad where the outposts bots will come and try to assess him. Once he dies, launch Nose Cone to absorb damage. Then launch the rest of my squad. First thing I do is shield with Overload, then a medical antenna from Minerva, then clear buildings with Rust Dust. And Rust Dust does the best job with clearing. She's awesome. One of my favorite bots. use the Titan to help clear the last building down there. Rust Dust to clear more of the buildings in the center of the base, and see how the pathing has allowed the entire squad to walk north. Once you get up there, you do some more healing. Use Tasmania Kid to stun defenses.
Reap the whirlwind.
More boost from Wheeljack. Now I do another shielding from Overload, which gets my squad out of trouble, as you can see that they were in. See how all of the health comes back? That's why I love Overload. Lifesaver.
Abilities ready.
More stun from Tasmania Kid. More clearing of buildings.
Abilities ready.
For B4, I used my front-loaded base squad, which is BW Ironhide to breach walls. Then I have Trailbreaker to help shield and protect. Tasmania Kid to stun defenses and outpost spots. Overload to shield from hacking and damage. Gears to help clear out walls, defenses, and outpost spots. Skids to do the same thing. Wheeljack to boost and heal, and Minerva's medical antenna to heal. Megatronus Prime to soak up damage. Okay, the first thing that you want to do is you want to lead with BW Ironhide. And as you can see, I launched him at the center bottom. And then the next thing you do is shield with Trailbreaker. The shield was broken by one of the BBs, but that's okay. Here comes another shield that guards hack and damage from Overload. Set healing with Minerva. Clear with both gears and skids. See how all of that clears out very quickly? Combiner is launched. Another shield from Trailbreaker. Once you launch your shield and it's guarded by one of the BBs, you can launch your shield from that point on. That's what's great about it, is that you don't have to worry about that BB anymore. It already did its job. As you can see, I drove BW Ironhide into the top portion of the base and created a big explosion and caused a lot of damage. Use gears to clear more buildings. Very easy.
Abilities ready.
B5, I ended up using my walk squad, which is the third slot. And I use Vector Prime to disable defenses and to launch hollows. BW Ironhide to smash and do massive damage afterwards. Tasmania Kid to stun defenses and outpost spots. Overload to shield from hack and damage. SG Jetfire to destroy shield generator and release hollow drones and distract defenses and outpost bots. Skids to clear any defenses along the way. Wheeljack to boost and heal. Minerva's medical antenna to heal all bots. And Megatronus Prime to absorb. First thing we want to do is disable defenses and launch hollows from Vector Prime. Then we send in BW Ironhide to do massive damage. Send in the rest of the squad behind him and commence to heal with Minerva and Wheeljack. Clear defenses with Skids. And we use Tasmania Kid to stun defenses and outposts. We're using SG Jetfire to remove the shield generator from that nest back there. Overload to shield from hack and damage. More ability points from the Titan.
Reap the whirlwind.
Rushing in again with BW Ironhide.
Melodies ready.
Wheeljack for the boost and the heal. Everything is cleared out at this point. So there's a dead target on HQ at this point. And it's over. Kaboom.